Welcome to another episode of Embrace and Restore. Embracing and Restoring Education. Welcome to another episode of Embrace and Restore, where we explore the intersection of social emotional learning and restorative practices to create nurturing, empathetic, and restorative learning communities. I'm your host, Diana Davis Smith. Today, we delve into the multifaceted challenges facing education in Jamaica. Jamaica, a beautiful island nation with a rich history, but grappling with several pressing issues. In this rapidly evolving educational landscape, it is essential to recognize that the integration of social emotional learning and restorative practices principles can be transformative in addressing challenges such as academics, mental health and wellness, accessibility, and social inequality. Let's explore how these principles can guide us towards positive change in Jamaican education. Let's start by looking at academics and learning outcomes. Academic excellence is a cornerstone of quality education. However, Jamaican schools face disparities in resources, teacher shortages, large class sizes that hinder student learning experiences. Embracing social emotional learning and restorative practices means recognizing that every student is unique with individual learning needs and abilities. By fostering a culture of empathy and understanding, educators can tailor their teaching methods to accommodate diverse learning styles and abilities. Restorative practices emphasize open communication and problem solving, which can be applied to academic challenges. Teachers, students, and administrators can work in a more collaborative manner to identify obstacles and to implement strategies for improvement. That's what restorative practices encourages. Social emotional learning principles like self awareness and responsible decision making, these can empower students to take charge of their learning journeys. Now, let us look at the adoption of these principles for mental health and wellness. Mental health is a critical aspect of overall well being, yet it is often overlooked in education. The stressors associated with heat waves, oh my gosh, it has been so hot. Teacher shortages and inequality, these can take a toll on the mental health of students and on the educators alike. No, by prioritizing social emotional learning competencies like self regulation and interpersonal skills, we can create a safe space for emotional expression and support that we all need. Let us apply restorative practices. Restorative practices promote healing and conflict resolution, and this can be applied to mental health challenges encouraging open dialogue and active listening. This can break down the stigmas around mental health issues. Schools can also provide access to counseling services that promote self care practices, fostering emotional resilience. Let us look at accessibility and inclusion. In Jamaica, accessibility to quality education is not uniform across regions, parishes, towns, communities, school zones, or regions. And this leads to disparities in the educational outcomes. No, embracing social emotional learning and restorative practices principles doesn't mean that we're going to see an immediate turnaround. But what it means is that we're recognizing the importance of inclusivity and equity. Schools can implement restorative circuses to address issues of accessibility and involve the community in finding solutions. Social emotional learning competence like empathy and social awareness can help educators understand the unique challenges faced by marginalized students. By acknowledging these challenges and providing additional support, schools can work towards greater inclusivity, ensuring that every child has access to a quality education and every child feels loved and involved, and that their voice is being heard. Social inequality. Now, Jamaica, like many other countries, grapple with social inequality, which can manifest itself in the education system. Social emotional learning and restorative practice principles advocate for equity and social justice. Schools can foster empathy and social awareness to help students understand the impact of inequality and inspire them to be agents of change. How do we apply restorative practices? Yes, we can apply it to address the incidents of discrimination or bias within the schools, promoting healing and understanding among students. By actively engaging in discussions about social justice and inequality, educators can empower students to become advocates for a fairer society. Perhaps enough said, but perhaps not. In a rapidly evolving educational landscape marked by heat waves and teacher shortages and inequality, the integration of social emotional learning and restorative practice is more crucial than ever in Jamaica. More. Education is not just about imparting knowledge, it's about nurturing the holistic development of students and creating a nurturing and empathetic and restorative learning community. Yes, it is far more than just that for us and for us as educators. We see it as being so much more. Let us embrace and restore education in Jamaica. Let us empower students, teachers, and administrators to thrive in the face of adversity. Let us give them these skill sets, these capacities. Thank you for joining on this journey towards positive change. And thank you more so for joining on Embrace and Restore. See you again next week, Thursday. Walk good.